As a netrunner, your cyberdeck is your most useful asset. It is in fact so prominent that it gets its own separate character sheet called a cyberdeck sheet. This is where you jot down all the essentials like your deck speed, its memory, and your list of programs. We'll quickly fill out our deck sheet with the stats from our trusty SGI Technologies Elysia. Here, we record its model, number of CPUs, total cost, data wall strength, code gate strength, deck speed, and memory. Don't forget to note down any optional add-ons or miscellaneous accessories as well. Our deck is useless without programs, so in preparation for a net deep dive, we're packing 5 key programs: a jackhammer, a wizard's book, a copy cracker, and 2 daemons. Daemons are a special program which contain and run several other programs as subroutines, giving you the ability to run multiple programs during the same turn, but at the cost of program efficacy and strength. These subroutines are a bit weaker than their standalone versions, since they use the demon's core strength in combat. When looking at the list of available programs, the 3 most important things to focus on are the amount of memory they take up, their strength, and of course the cost. The memory units, or MU, tells you how much memory the program will take up in your deck. The strength is the number you need to roll under for the program to work successfully. And the cost is straightforward. That's the amount of Eurobucks you'll need to acquire the program. So enough talk. Let's take a little trip, okay? You begin your run in your 1-room flat in the Night City combat zone. You're packing the 5 programs: the jackhammer, the wizard's book, the copy cracker, and the 2 demons. One demon is a succubus version 2.0 with killer and worm subroutines. The other one is an imp with invisibility and hellbolt. You hit the switch and plunge headfirst into the net. Instantly, you're engulfed in a wall of swirling static electricity. You look down at your icon. You're a chromed humanoid shape wearing futuristic battle armor. Your face reflects in your mirrored body. Your eyes glow an eerie green. Below you is a bright neon landscape representing the Night City grid. In the distance is a blazing blue diamond shape emblazoned with the logo of the Internet Telephone Corporation. In the net, each turn you can move up to 5 grid spaces, no matter the scale. Be it 1,000 square miles on a net world map, a dozen blocks on a city grid map, or a few yards on a subgrid map. One crucial rule to remember is that all travel in a net is linear, meaning you can only pass to the sides of a space, not the corners. It's as if you're navigating a VR grid and you can't cut corners. You have to abide by the teleportation rules set by the interface program. You fly down the pathway towards the blue diamond. Your objective is the Los Angeles office of Microtech Computers, so you streak towards the glowing arrow of the long-distance link. On the net world map, travel is more like a series of interconnected virtual highways known as long-distance links or LDLs. Think of it as teleporting from one internet service provider to another. For example, if you want to go from Night City to London, you can't just instantly appear in London. You have to teleport through a series of LDLs within your 5-space range each turn. So starting from Night City, your options could be Salt Lake, Denver, Atlanta, Chicago, New York, New Orleans, or Havana. You can't make it to London in one jump, you just end up stranded in digital limbo without an LDL to land on. You could, for instance, jump from Night City to New York, and from there, London is precisely 5 spaces away. You can legally use these LDLs by paying a fee. The cost is calculated based on the number of spaces between your start and end points multiplied by 0.20 Eurobucks for each turn spent in a net. For example, a jump from Night City to London spanning a total of 8 spaces and taking 2 turns would cost you 320 Eurobucks. However, if you prefer to bypass these costs, you can, but at a risk. Each LDL has a security level, a sort of digital paywall or VPN checkout. To get past it, you need to roll a 1d10 value and aim to score equal to or higher than the LDL security code. Failure means you triggered the security system, potentially attracting Netwatch and facing penalties that can range from a fine to to real-world legal consequences. So sometimes it's wiser to take a detour, navigating through LDLs with lower security levels rather than trying to brute force your way through the higher security areas. Another reason to be strategic about your choice of LDLs is the trace value. Think of it like an LDL's encryption or VPN service. It represents how difficult it is for someone to trace your activities back to you. Each LDL has its own trace value. The sum of these values during your net run create an overall difficulty level for tracing your original location. By jumping through multiple LDLs or selecting those with high trace values, you make it significantly tougher for anyone to pinpoint your entry point into the net. Why does it matter? Some programs come with tracing features. Let's say a Hellhound program is after you. If you manage to evade it and jack out, it'll trace your point of origin to await your next entry before trying to take you out digitally. To successfully trace you, the program needs to roll a 1d10, adding its strength, aiming for a total equal to or higher than your collective trace values. If it fails, it can't trace you. You don't expect much trouble getting in. The phone company doesn't use any serious counter-intrusion software, and Night City only rates a security level of 2 anyway. You activate the menu with your mind and run your LDL link. Fake them again, you think, blasting on through. You enter the LDL, the glowing violet arrow sinks to the floor. It's like moving downstairs on a fast elevator. Lights blur around you as you fall towards the distant trunk line. You drop until you see a brilliant red neon shape rising to meet you. A streaming river of red lights like a superhighway. It angles away into the star-strewn darkness towards the horizon.